That is not the word you said.
Or I said chubble.
Hey, y'all, we're live.
Hello!
How are... Yeah. Oh, well, you know, it is what it is, y'all. We're doing a lot of those. Everyone join me with it is what it is.
I thought we were saying it. Oh, it is.
Beautiful. That was the exact energy I was looking for. Anyway,
Nailed it.
Welcome everyone to tonight's episode of Oodvin, episode 22. Lovely. We love to have you. Anyway, let's start off with introductions. Hello everyone. My name is Maxwell Williams. I am the DM for this session, and I play a whole bunch of characters, including or maybe possibly used to be Bertold, a werebear teacher that we don't know what happened to him yet. Last time he wasn't looking so hot, so yeah. Oops.
Oh, no. Good. On that note, hi guys! My name is Sam Rinaldi, and I play Winnie Winslow, the Twilight Cleric of our party.
Hi, I'm Connor McGinley. I play Lily Pembroke, the bloodthirsty ranger. And hopefully I get to fight at the bar again this week.
Hi, I'm Dane Brancato. I play Zephyr Windstrider, the Air Genasi College of Swords bard of the group, who has gone 2 fights in a row without going down and or breaking a rib. So that's awesome. We're vibing.
Hi, my name is Aaron Borden. I play Februm Cask, the knowledge-seeking Simic hybrid. I got injured last time, and I don't remember what it was.
No way to find out.
Have you told us? I don't know if you told me. That'd be why.
And I'm Drew Borden. I play Aldrich Bernask, the Armorer Artificer. Yeah, he's old.
Cool,
That's my
love
favorite
that.
opening that you've done.
He's old!
He's old.
He's old.
Anyway, do a little bit of a quick recap. Our party was sent out on their weekly weekend mission in order to hunt down a fox-like being, which they inevitably found wasn't super fox-like, a little misleading with some of the descriptors, but through some blood, sweat, and tears, the party was able to defeat the beast, only to turn around and see their Night Eye instructor, Bertold, lying almost on death's door in front of them with a strange, dark, cloaked, feminine figure hovering in the distance. While the party debated and tried to figure out what to do next, Lily detected that the party was being stalked, almost like they had become the prey instead of the hunter. Lily took this opportunity to hide while the rest of the party was then relatively ambushed by this feminine figure. They continued to fight their way through, several people going down, getting tight at certain points, but eventually our good friend Winnie Winslow, moments before this figure was about to unleash a massive destructive force, was able to pull the devouring out of her system and thus severing her tie to the material plane. There's some fuzzy memories that happened after that, some glittering of a large purple figure that seemed to make its way through the surroundings, let out a large roar. But the important thing is that our entire party now wakes up back in their dorm room, relatively fully rested, still sore from the events of before, but everyone kind of wakes up at the same time, and there is this immediate shared confusion amongst your party about how you got here and what really happened at the end of that encounter. So with that, I turn it over to you.
Where's Sizzles? Is Sizzles here still?
Would you like Sizzles to be here?
I don't know. I'm checking.
I forgot about Sizzles.
Roll a
Sizzles
d20
was
for
on
me.
my- Okay. Sizzles was. I don't care if she got returned,
Snack.
but it's a 9.
Sizzles is not with you. You don't know if she got returned.
I don't know. Oh god.
No, I'm sad. Oh, I'm really
Zephyr-
glad we didn't get that dog.
Zephyr is
They
still
like
sitting in
beats
his
the wall.
bunk.
Like, damn it.
He... Zephyr is still sitting in his bunk, but he like frantically takes his shirt off and starts like inspecting for broken bones, like broken ribs specifically.
No broken bones, no broken ribs.
Does anyone remember what happened? Did I get drunk again? Right, guys?
We don't remember anything that happened, or is it just like after?
Yeah,
Good.
like it.
You remember defeating the cloaked figure, and then everything gets hazy from there.
Mm.
Gotcha.
It
I thought you meant we didn't remember the whole encounter. I was like,
no. You remember everything perfectly up to the exact moment where Winnie pulls the devouring from the figure. And then from there, things started moving far too quickly. Everything's hazy. There's flashes of color and moments. And you feel sore from different impacts, magical energy that was just spewing out from this figure from different directions from the area. But it's very difficult to pinpoint things.
So, we won, right? Or are we all dead?
if this is our heaven, our dorm room being our death internal death space, I don't I would like to think we were better than that.
Yeah, I mean,
I really hope we're not dead.
Mhm.
Very
Speak for
optimistic
yourself.
that you'd think we'd all would go to the same place.
Yeah, I would definitely go to hell, I think.
Al? hey, yo, Al?
Puzzle boxes.
I mean, there's a contract on.
That's fair. You know what? Valid point. Valid point.
Anyway, I don't think we're dead.
Are there markings or clothes worn in a way that would like trigger a memory of what happened?
There are... Most of your cuts and bruises have been healed. So a lot of your like major injuries and stuff have been disappeared. You've definitely been treated for the encounters that you went through. There's a couple bandages on a few of you, with some healing ointments and stuff to help with the scarring. And your clothes are still as tattered as they would have been right from the end of that encounter.
How do they smell?
Make a perception check.
$27.
We're gonna go with another oddly specific.
Okay.
It is the smell of the morning after you've been camping. When the fire is on its last bit of embers, there's that heavy smoke smell, but it is also eerily chilly and wet at the same time.
Where's Axel?
Yeah, I was just about to say.
Oh, yeah, we have a kid.
You look around. It is just your party members in the room.
Where's the boy?
That's not good.
The boy. Ugh.
What?
Is he invisible
Are we
again?
equally
Ayo,
as important?
Axel? You in here, buddy?
You wait for a moment. There's no response.
Wait, which means Dot's gone too.
That roast spaghetti-o.
Oh,
Dot is
Dot.
not in the room either.
No.
Oh,
Wait, maybe this is all fake.
What, like a...
Maybe we are dead.
All right,
Like-
where's the scrying orbs?
Like beats on. She like taps the walls, insistent that this isn't real.
You tap on the walls. They feel as real as they have in the past.
She's not convinced. She continues tapping for several minutes.
for several minutes.
You keep tapping
Going
along. You eventually like open like storage compartments that you weren't quite aware that they existed. They're empty, but it's the push ones that like pop out once you push them, and then they lock back into place. They go flush with the wall.
Well, we could go talk to Daisy. Since
We also need to
she
find
would-
out what happened with the Bertolt.
Oh, yeah!
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should go look for them.
We should also look for Axel.
We're
Yes.
in our... We
Yeah,
are in our
but-
room, correct?
Yes, you are in your room.
There's no, like... I was just thinking of,
It's
like,
got bunk
hospital
beds,
stuff for a
right?
second, where it's like there's, like, the button that you press to call the nurse.
The panic
And I-
button.
Yeah, like... like, I didn't know if there was one in our room or not. But I doubt it.
Oh, question. We were our characters told that Eofic is the name of a dragon?
Yes. Offenzia told you. I'm fairly
Yeah, I think
confident
so.
that she
I-
mentioned
yeah.
that specifically she had mentioned that the shard for the material plane was under the protection of the dragon Aofic.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, let's go to the infirmary then. Or whatever we call that place where people get healed.
Probably the infirmary. Right? Is it just an infirmary? Okay.
Hey, cool.
It'll probably be like the hospital wing.
Cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Remember, what are you doing in the nurse's office? I threw up.
I threw up.
Little bit. I
but yeah.
grew up.
You all kind of gather your stuff, get dressed. You do notice that like your armor was taken off, so you were sleeping comfortably. Those of you who do wear armor, other than your legs, that still existed there. Al, you will know that it was in its powered down state. So where it's just contained to your legs.
Interesting.
Wasn't fully removed, but it wasn't in its full like armor state in which it was.
They did what they could.
But yeah, you get your stuff together and begin to make your way over to the hospital wing. You pass a handful of different students on the way. People kind of lazily walking about on their Sunday afternoon. Most people done with their weekend tasks. You pass by one group that's like, there's so many spiders in the sewers.
Zephyr
Punch
just,
him.
no.
Yeah,
Zephyr
spiders.
just casually looks at him and goes, "Tell me about it." Guys got the
Oh,
short straw.
Fevrin, don't you remember the spiders? Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember the spiders.
I remember a lot more than just the
Ugh.
spiders. Can we not talk about the sewer, please?
But you eventually make your way over to the hospital wing. And you can see Daisy is kind of like walking about. There seems to be one student that broke their arm on their weekend adventure. And you walk in just at the right moment where she walks over, her little 3'10" self, just grabs their arm and goes...
Ooh.
and she's
Zephyr
like,
gags.
You'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Now back off to your dorm with you. The student kind of like limps out,
Like that.
trying to hold back tears as best they can.
Okay.
She kind of turns. She sees. Did anyone suffer any injuries or anything? Anything I need to look at?
I mean, it looks
Apparently
like you
not,
already have.
but
Oh, I mean, as far as I'm aware, you all came back relatively in one piece, and Winifred was able to patch up anything else?
Did we
How
come
did
back
we
here,
get-
like, on our own?
Oh, yeah. Walked right back on in.
Was there anything off about us?
I mean, you seemed relatively tired. I think some of your had some strength drain stuff. Possibly ran into some of those shadows. So. Been a little more present recently, but other than that,
Where was,
what
uh,
Go ahead.
Barely, yeah, we were supposed to
Yeah.
check back in with him when we woke up. Where is he? I've been trying to find him all morning.
let me look for you real fast. And you watch as she like makes her way over to a like tablet screen on the wall, types in a handful of quick runes, and looks like he was assigned to a different task. He'll be looks like he's going to be stationed outside of the city for a couple weeks.
Couple weeks?
Hmm?
But he nearly died. Why is he going out into another mission?
I'm sorry, he
Lied and said he wasn't going on another mission.
I mean, I feel like I checked him when he came back. He seemed perfectly okay.
As expected. Yeah. Yeah, figures.
I mean,
He's a tough guy.
He
Man,
was
the
just
workaholic.
sent to watch you all. It wasn't like he was actually engaging in combat.
right,
Yeah.
right,
course
right.
not.
Still, I
Of
mean,
course
I
not.
don't want him to work too hard. Man's a workaholic, you know how
Yeah,
it
are
is.
we able to, like, see him? Or.
Mhm.
I will put in a request for you to see him as soon as he comes back.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fair.
We're still getting paid, right?
Oh yes, I think Professor Drax should be by with payments and such.
Awesome. Just want to
Could
make
we-
sure it would.
Do we need to
Can we
report
see him
in with him
sooner?
again? Last one that we had, they asked us to report in, and like specifically to him, and that.
I mean,
We have
for
to
this
do
one
that again?
specifically, Berthold was with you, so he gave a direct report when he checked back in.
Okay.
Hmm.
But he did check back in. Okay.
Oh, of
So
course.
we don't have to. Cool.
But if you wanted to meet with Professor Drax, I think his schedule. She like goes back over to the tablet, kind of scrolls through. Doesn't look like he has anything on the books today.
Sure. I mean, are you guys
Sure.
cool with that? Yeah. Sooner
Uh,
we get paid, the
should-
sooner we can go to stick and poker.
You wouldn't have happened to see,
Axel?
Axel.
I'm sorry, who?
The.
A friend that goes here. I'm sure he's fine. I
I
was just wondering if he had been through.
no, I don't think I've seen an Axel recently.
Ever?
I can check my record books. And she like walks over. You see, she like types in the name into the search bar, and there's it just like pops up with a little like did it. No search results found. Nope, doesn't.
So,
Well, an axle is usually a piece you put.
It's not.
Well, thank you for checking.
No problem. Stay safe out there.
Will do.
Uh, so, Drax now? If we go
Yes.
up to his if we just go knock on his. Can we go up and knock on his door? Is that
Like-
something we can do?
Right now?
Stop
Yeah, it's
Octavia.
fine.
Like, right now?
We can.
I would rather
He's probably
sooner.
delivering payment to other people, right?
Then we
So-
hunt him down.
So do we just want to wait in our room until he...
I
And we
delivers?
did it in the morning last time. It shouldn't be that long.
Are we sure he's doing that right now?
Well,
Man, I
Daisy
know-
just said
Daisy?
he was.
Guess that's true.
Excuse me, Daisy.
Yes.
Zephyr like walks back in. Did you say he was handing out payment like currently, or was he scheduled to do that later?
Oh, I think he's going to be doing it off and on today, depending on when people come back and such. You all got in pretty
kinda-
late, so he should be around shortly.
Sorry with all the questions. I've been on a hot streak at Steak and Poker, and kind of want to keep that going. So I'm a little antsy.
Do you want me to do some concussion screening? It might be helpful. I know many of our students that go to Stick and Poker do suffer some more heavier brain trauma.
And then they hardly know her.
I think I would love a concussion screening.
Yes. Please.
Sure,
Why
absolutely.
not?
Daisy sits you down in front of a tablet screen, and there's several different panels that come along. That's like, click this color, click this shape. Does this seem fuzzy to you?
Oh, my glasses on.
Good.
You get to the end of the test results. There's a little bit for Al. There's like a little bit of a like a light concussion. Daisy kind of rules it as something that you've probably been sitting on for a while, and suggests staying away from bright lights and other screens for at least a week.
Okay. Yeah, I've been meaning to get that looked at.
Well, now's the perfect time.
You're right. All right.
All right, we're gonna go and wait for him.
We're gonna go.
Yeah.
Okay. You make your way back to your dorm rooms. Al, there is a weird sensation that starts to bug you in the back of your mind every so
No,
often.
wait, hold on. Where's the contract?
The contract?
Yes.
Where did you put it originally?
It was in my armor.
Oh, it's probably
Oh.
it's still tucked away like in your lower back area. You kind of like in this moment you reach for it and it's still sitting there.
Okay, cool.
Now
Now, what were you saying?
but what I was saying as you continue to like walk with your group and you've started to do these like back and forths, you can't shake the sensation that there is a chain wrapped around your ankle. But every time you look down for it, it's not there. But just like every couple steps, you swear that your right foot takes a little more energy to move forwards. Like it's being pulled back by something.
Is he like walking funny?
No funnier than an old man normally does.
Okay.
I'm just a little sore. Is it like just like a ball and chain feeling that I'm kind of dragging something
Yeah,
with me, or is it
something every couple steps you get this like this heavy sensation where your right leg takes more effort than you think it should to move, and you feel a tug around your ankle.
Can I cast Detect Magic?
You go ahead and cast Detect Magic. There's nothing.
None of us are magic.
Everyone has their normal magical
Right.
items and such. Go ahead and make a perception check for me. In addition to your
Me?
detect magic, yes.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't have it, so.
Wowee. Perception. That would be a 5.
Okay.
Oh, you definitely saw it.
You just get the free one. You don't get the extra bits. But Winnie has a defined glow around her now.
Yeah, she did.
Winnie, are you
Winnie, you're
pregnant?
glowing. Why, thank you. What? No, like, you're glowing.
You kind of have that like that pregnancy glow.
Ow. Ayo.
Roll it back. Roll it back.
Roll it back.
I feel like something has gotten lost in translation. Winnie
thought
is
Evan
glowing
said that.
magically of an evocation school.
Okay, that was good.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you meant.
Oh!
I thought Al said.
I didn't know you were talking. I thought this was a
Maybe-
completely separate thing.
No, this
Maybe
is
you need to
because you
take a
cast
look at that.
detect magic. There were other things that allowed you to see.
Yes. Okay.
And the baseline one was Winnie has a definite like evocation. Like she is an evocation enchanted object now.
Oh.
Wow.
No. Wait, what?
Wow, Al, you're viewing Winnie as an object.
Wow!
I
Wow!
I didn't want to say it.
I was like, no, I already made the
I was like-
pregnancy joke.
I was like,
We can't do another one. We're done.
Maybe we
I've
do need
lost
to get
control.
that concussion effect out, buddy.
Okay. Okay.
Winnie, do you mind if I just hold your hand for about 10 minutes? I'm feeling lonely.
Oh, hold my hand too.
Okay. I grab both of their hands.
Oh, all right. I guess
Okay.
we're doing this.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll grab Lily's hand and offer my hand out to you.
Wow. No kidding.
wait.
Sure. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Why not?
I'm gonna start to just breath and ritual cast identify.
All right, so it'll probably be by the time you get back to the room. We'll just say that you've made it back to your room in time, and you're sitting down to kind of ritually cast this, pulling out some of your different instruments and things. Are you casting it on Winnie? Are you casting it on Lily? Or are you doing both?
Okay, no los dos.
Can I do both?
I mean, you're ritual casting. You can do this as many times as you want. You got 10 minutes?
I would love to do both.
Okay, who are you doing first?
I'm gonna do Sorry.
No, sorry. You go.
I'll do Winnie first.
Okay. I have a question.
Okay.
Am I able to tell? Like, would I be able to do like an Arcana or a Perception check to see if I know what he's doing?
I mean, you could always ask him. It takes him 10 minutes to do it. So if you're
He's
curious,
There's definitely.
Like, is he holding us for 10 minutes, or is it like?
yes, he's like
Okay.
he's like holding your hand. Like he'll let go of like Lily's hand for a couple minutes to like kind of poke and prod at Winnie.
Your face.
I'm not touching you.
I'm not
There's
touching
no way this is a secret.
Yeah,
I got a little
okay.
hammer on, like I'm hitting your knee.
if he was using a spell
Reflex
slot,
that.
it would be a check. But this is a ritual. Like he's doing it all in front of you.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Right. This doesn't really seem like a oh, you're lonely situation. What are you doing?
What do you mean?
I don't know what you're talking about. This is what I do with all my close friends.
I've never
You've
seen you
done
do
that
this
to
before.
me?
Because you are one of my closest friends.
I'm one of your closest friends.
I don't get out often.
That's fair. I mean, that's probably true.
I
Hold
just.
still,
How many
and I
times
like
have you gone on
I like
adventures
hit
with-
your
Wait, what?
ear with a hammer.
Ow!
Sorry, just checking something.
Chucky, what? What are you doing?
First aid practice.
This is not first aid. I took that class. This is not first aid.
Did you finish it?
I think. We're about to.
We're not done yet.
We're in
not
the
done
finals
yet.
week.
We're not done yet.
This is advanced studies.
Advanced first aid.
This is second aid.
Oh my god.
So,
Al, I don't think secrets are very good.
no, they're not.
Continues working.
Al, I don't know what you're doing, but I think it's magic.
Yes.
What kind of magic are you doing, Al?
Well, you. While I was walking down the hall, I noticed a little shimmer on the back of your neck, and I was like, what's that? So I popped I detect magic, and you were glowing with this evocation stuff, and I was like, oh my goodness, what is that? So, just trying to figure out what that is.
Okay. What?
Lily wants to try and see
We'll find
if
out.
she can see this glow. I don't know why she would have any earthly reason to be able to, but she's like,
Yeah.
what do you mean she's glowing? What do you mean this shimmer on her neck? Can I see any of this?
Yeah, on my neck? Is it like the back of my neck? Like the...
Yeah, I was walking behind you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, first thing, Lily, you look at the back of Winnie's neck. You don't really see anything there. There's nothing obvious there. But, I do want you to make a con save.
Ooh,
What?
exciting.
Oh,
I'm
no.
making the con save, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm
making sure it
doing, but
wasn't
I'm
one.
sorry. I don't know what's happening.
13.
How much was it?
13.
13. Okay. You look at Winnie's neck. You don't see anything. You're like, I don't know what Al's talking about. But there's this moment where you feel something in your chest, like, tighten a little bit. And there's this just small pulse of, like, nervous energy that you feel spread out throughout your body, and you get, like, a chill. Which is something that's probably hasn't really happened to you in a while. There is this just, like, full body chill that goes through your system. And it ends in, like, your fingertips and your toes just feeling a little warm and tingly.
She closes her eyes for a second and, like, composes herself. Winnie, can I look at your arm again?
Sure. Hey, well, hey, could I have my arm back? Can I have my hand back?
Oh,
For a second.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Al switches to the other arm.
Alright, there you go.
And we're gonna say that both
I
of
roll
you.
it up maybe like to the
Mhm.
to like here. Ow! Ow!
We're gonna go ahead and say that both of these the identify and Lily looking at the arm kind of go off around the same time. Lily, you roll back Winnie's sleeve, and where it used to be kind of there was an incision point and spiraling red and gold off of it. You see a large section of Winnie's arm is just like a solid gold and like red tinted.
Can I tell if it's, like, just the veins?
It,
Like, especially, like, in the forearm, you can kind of see the veins.
like, so it goes down into the forearm to like the hand, and it goes back into the kind of those spidering veins, but near the like incision point where it originally started from, and probably a good 3 or 4 inches in either direction, that color, that sparkle that is going through the veins elsewhere has permeated through her skin and is now just, that is what her like elbow essentially looks like right now. Is that it's still her skin and such, nothing about its composure, its texture has changed, but it all has this red and gold pigmentation to it now. It'd be relatively similar to that of a tiefling, but it is slightly different. It's still active. You look at the borders and it's still got a little bit of movement to it. And Al, your identify finishes. And Winnie has a magical effect that is placed on her. It is called a divine glow.
Okay.
It only presents itself when an individual has immersed themselves greatly with one of the fragments.
One of the fragments.
Yes, so the 6 shards, the 6 seeds, the 6 fragments.
Oh. It only presents itself when someone has...
So if someone accepts a lot of energy from one of the fragments, they have the possibility of gaining a divine glow.
Weird. Weird.
And I will tell you, because you cast Identify, this is from the Fiendish Fragment.
I thought that one wasn't that one like...
Hold on, I have it written down. Hold on.
There are 3 active fragments.
3 inactive.
Fiendish is not one of them.
Yeah.
Correct?
Oh,
Inactive. I thought that one was like not devoured.
There are
no,
3,
fiendish is an active shard.
Yeah, it is active.
Yeah.
There are 3
Celestial,
active.
fiendish, and material are active.
Oh.
Which one?
And then we have one of the inactive, which is the
Right.
Fey one.
And the other 2 inactive are the mechanized and the primordial.
So, my diagnosis. You are currently magically glowing because you had, at some point, accepted a lot of energy from the fiendish planar shard.
But we haven't even... Did we even find that yet?
No, but clearly we fought it.
Oh.
And you sucked up all the energy from it.
Yeah, I did.
Don't want you to get too far in the wrong direction. Winnie has a decent amount of energy from the Infernal Shard. She has not absorbed it or anything like that.
Right.
Yeah.
He just has the energy.
She has a decent amount of energy, enough to give her divine adjacent powers.
Oh.
She's not a full divinity. She's not anything
Oh.
like that.
Yeah.
And Al, you can tell that this, unless this energy is replenished, it will disapparate.
When she uses it, or over time?
When she uses it / slightly over time.
Okay.
It's kind of one of those, it's like a battery. If you let it sit for too long, it's going to die on its own.
Okay.
Without recharging it. But you can always expend it, and that'll deplete it faster.
Okay.
Can you tell if it's similar than the devouring, Al?
I'm gonna pull out my divine compass.
It's
have a
heavily
divine
pointing
compass?
towards Winnie. Like,
Ugh.
I forgot about that thing.
full on her, unmoving.
Ha! Okay.
Would that be an Arcana check?
For... What are you trying to figure out?
To distinguish if this is devouring or something completely different. Or would that be a medicine check?
Okay. Make an Arcana and a medicine check.
Ooh. See, I'm good at one of those.
One of each.
Hey, Max.
Hey, you could always ask for help. Yes, Winnie.
Would I know if like I felt this before? Like if it's like you know how like we're throwing the shard around and shit? Does it feel like that? Or, like,
Make
does
an
it
insight
feel-
check.
Hey.
Do you still have that card?
A nat 20. Woo! And that is a 26.
Yeah. Winnie, this is...
Ow!
You take a moment to actually, like, connect with yourself internally, and you feel powerful. Like, there is a little bit of euphoria of... I could do whatever I wanted. A little intoxicating, to a fact. Being a insightful person as you are, you can tell that this feeling, if left unchecked, could go bad very quickly.
Okay.
And yes, as you kind of look into it, it is amplified what you get in those crystals. Every time you take in one of those crystals, when you touched Bertold, and especially when you touched the cloaked figure, you felt this energy just pulse into you and connect with you on a spiritual level.
Okay.
But you recognize the energy from somewhere else as well. And that is every dream that you've had in that fiery pit with Blazadin.
Yay. Oh boy, it's all coming together in there.
Okay, Al, what Arcana and Medicine, what are we working with here?
So, a 23 Arcana check.
Lovely.
And then, using a flash of genius, a 16 medicine check.
Let's go, boys.
Okay.
Nice.
You start with what you know, and the research that you've done, you start kind of comparing notes. Al has this moment where he, like, drastically runs over to another table and starts pulling out some notes, written in a delicate handwriting, as well as some notes that he's taken, and comparing that with data that he pulls up about Winnie and what you know about the Devouring and official data from the Night Eye system. And it doesn't hit you at first. You're seeing the divine glow has a very, like, magical presence. It doesn't seem to be oppressive, where the Devouring seems to corrupt people's minds and their ambitions and who they are, and eventually degrades their body as a whole. And you start digging into the data, and you eventually find a magical reading of sorts that compared the magical essence and wave lines that the devouring went off. And you kind of take this moment to go over to Winnie, do a quick scan of the magical energy that's coming off of her, input it to the system, and you lay them on top of each other. And they're identical. With just a slight deviation.
So it is devouring?
The devouring seems to have a small spike along the graph, where it dips very far down and then returns back to that kind of wavy magical power that the divine glow is giving you. And other than that deviation, they are identical.
Al, you're scaring me.
So, from what I can tell, that is devouring adjacent. But other than that, you might want to be careful. Because it seems extremely powerful.
Be careful of
So,
what exactly? Like, what am I supposed to do?
I'm not sure.
How are you
Sorry, go ahead.
feeling?
How am I feeling? Max, how am I feeling?
I mean, physically, you feel fine, but you feel, like, emotionally euphoric.
Oh,
Like-
right, because of the ooh, power.
This is the best that you felt in a long time.
Oh, sick. Sick.
It is... It is the manic episode that you never think's gonna end.
Oh, delicious. Okay. Actually, I'm feeling pretty all right. I mean, I don't feel any different in a bad way. If anything, this is one of the better days compared to the past few.
Do you feel better?
I think. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really in pain or anything like that. I'm confused, but that's about it.
Right.
There's a knock at the door.
Ah!
I'll get it.
She quickly pulls down her
I was gonna say,
her sleeve back
I
down.
want to cover that up.
It's
Ow.
not. Can you
Al, you get an inch away from the door and it bursts open in front of you. Professor Drax stands there towering in his elven figure. Oh, lovely. It's so great to see that you're all up. Good work, by the way. Taking care of that fox spirit.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
I heard it was quite the creature. Bertolt told me all about it. Just wanted to stop by, congratulate you, hand you your reward. He hands little sacks to each of you.
Ooh.
I need. Who wants to roll a d10 for me?
Oh, I can.
Don't trust me.
I would say I always
guess I
roll the
can.
worst ones.
Someone do
Roll
it.
10, buddy.
That would be a 9.
He hands you a little bag that has. He's like, oh, there's 90 in each for you. Once again.
90
90?
platinum?
90.
Yeah.
90
You
platinum?
open up the bag. It's platinum pieces once again.
I was gonna say, I'm like, that's remarkably less. But then I forgot it was platinum.
Holy.
A job
what
well done.
Gosh.
What did Bertold tell you exactly?
It must have looked different from his point of view versus how he fought it, so...
Oh, yes. Well, he told me that the fox-like figure seemed to appear out of nowhere and began to tear into you, spewing some poison. Seemed to have some type of connection with the nature and the land around it. There's a couple close calls where he said he almost felt like he needed to jump in, but he knew that you had it handled, so... Yes.
Did he say anything else about after the fight?
Or the second fight?
No, I don't believe so. Oh, yes. There was that encounter that you had with those shadows on the way back. Isn't that right?
Well, I mean, the shadows, I think they were like being summoned or something.
Well, they generally are, the undead spirits and everything, but, we have a handful of things that roam those forests, and most of the locals can take care of the low-grade stuff using radiant energies and such. I'm sure you figured that out.
Well, hopefully,
We
since
did.
we dealt with that person, then they won't have as many to deal with.
Oh, I'm sure.
And he's doing all right.
Oh, yes. So sorry, he wanted to be here to congratulate you himself, but he had to run off. We've got some special night-eye business. Can't tell you all the details. It's classified. But he'll make sure to congratulate you himself when he returns back to Aofik.
Hey, Drax, quick question for you.
Yes,
Have you seen Axel anywhere?
Axel. I don't remember seeing an Axel on the roster anywhere.
Punch him. No.
Zephyr punches.
You know, he's like this tall, red
He has a
hair.
robot friend.
Robots? Al, have you been working on something? In your off hours?
It was something I brought in from the lab. It was this little creature from that my parents were looking at. I was watching him for a little bit.
Let me think.
It was a
Did it have some little mechanical wings and such?
It did.
Huh. I think we saw it flying away yesterday evening.
It can't fly.
It can.
It can with those little things. Come on.
Why?
Do you know where it was
Don't
going?
be.
Do you know where it was going?
No, our sensors seem to track it back to the cask estate.
No. All right.
Well,
And you don't know of any Axel?
I mean, of course, there's the axles that are used in many
Oh yes.
mechanized.
Oh,
Oh yes,
yes,
yes.
yes.
Al understands me
course.
on this point, but
Yes.
as far as the roster goes, No, Axel.
Do we remember Axel?
Yes.
I mean, we're asking about Axel.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Do you remember everything that happened with us that first weekend?
Oh, you're in your little excursion into the
Yeah.
sewers and preemptively running into some devouring creatures and some other classified information. Yes, I'm quite aware.
Mm-hmm.
Your parents did inform me of everything.
Along with the kid. Right?
And the cult and like the
that we
demon
found
woman.
down there.
Yeah, there was the cult lady. Bells.
I knew there was a collection of extremists that the casks had been after for some while,
Mm-hmm.
and they seem to take care of most of them there, and they've been continuing their investigation outside of the city, tracking down those scoundrels, but
Extremists? That's what you're calling them?
Cult.
I mean, yeah, in other terms, that is one way to look at it.
So you've never heard of the eclipse?
Wait!
Can
Lily,
Lily
do
say
you
that?
get hurt?
Oh shit, you do!
Maybe.
Oh no!
Oh my god! I'm
She
surprised I
thought
remembered that.
She thought, surely if I've already told these people about what the group is called, it won't hurt again.
Anytime you mention it.
That's fine.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh no!
It's 5, right?
Just fucking.
Did we figure that out? Do we know that hurts you?
We
I don't
yeah,
remember.
we figured that out.
Okay,
Yeah,
I couldn't
and then
remember.
I said- Don't mess with that.
Yeah.
Don't make it worse.
26 points of psychic damage.
Oh.
Oof.
So like
Oh,
she
I'm-
recoils at that, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
there is like some
Visible.
liquid that begins to drip from her nose and her ears. Crimson in color, but it's a little like it's a little too perfect to be like normal blood.
Mhm.
But immediately Drax is like, Lilibet, are you okay?
Is that a no then?
About this.
No.
I mean,
don't wanna
I've
say it again. You know what I said.
The eclipse.
I've heard about them in theory. Studying some ancient texts about the past, and it being a moment in which the Duskradil would move in front of Lunaris.
No. Like people. Like the extremists calling them.
That the casks are hunting.
The ones that we
Maybe?
ran into in the sewers.
Yeah, the ones that we stole the child from.
Well, okay, hold on. They stole the child first.
Yeah, we just stole it back.
We were just saving the child.
We were saving him. We weren't stealing him.
You don't remember this child. This is the
That's that's the
this
key
is the
takeaway.
this is
from
the
this.
discourse here.
No, I don't remember a child of any sort. And I
kept like a record of it, maybe, or like written it
Lily,
down
what was your question?
somewhere, or-
Can I make an insight check?
yeah, there we
I just
go.
want to make sure he's not gaslighting us very hard.
Can I make one too, or
Probably
is that
working.
too
Drax
late?
said
Two people can make
gaslight
it.
gatekeep.
Ah,
So,
22.
so Winnie, if you want to be the second, go for it.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Okay.
Did
That's
good.
10.
Okay, so
well,
so
I
Lily
guess.
got a 22.
Teddy.
Let me. I gotta pull up some stats. Give me a second. Give me a second. I guess it's gonna do it. Let me look. Here we go. Really? Nothing? Yeah, okay. Lily, Drax is lying through his teeth.
Ha! Nice.
Like, it's anyone else, and this is everyone else, you can't, like, Drax is a difficult individual, but what he says seems truthful. He beat all your passives. But Lily, you're looking for the inconsistencies. You're looking for the pauses. And you know far too well when someone is thinking about what to say versus what just saying the first thing that comes to mind. And there are there's minuscule. It is seconds of a pause. But that's enough for you to know that Drax is fabricating a story.
I want to wait a little longer.
I do believe that the group of extremists went by a different name. Something like the Flame or the Ember or something. But that's neither here nor there.
Do you keep, or I guess does Daisy keep a record of who goes in and out of the hospital to get healed?
Oh yes, a diligent record. That's all public information.
So Axel should be on that record.
If this Axel existed at one point in time and went to the hospital wing, then I'm sure that they would be on this record. Feel free to check. And he kind of gestures over to like the tablets that you've been working at. You go and check. There's no record.
Typical censorship.
You don't remember us ever, like, hiding a kid in here?
Or
Whether
one
his
that
name
stole
was
a
Axel
lot
or
of
not?
coffee.
Whether you want to call him Blake or something?
Blake,
You don't remember a kid?
Brian.
Nope. Can't say I do. I do have a lot to keep track of, though, so...
I'm sure you do.
Yes, but you're also a very intelligent man.
Oh, well, thank you.
This was a very important business.
Well, I'm sorry I couldn't be more help to you.
I understand.
Do you care about us, Professor Drax?
Oh my god.
I care about all my students.
Like, seriously. Not just in a general professor way. Like, you would... If we were in danger, if we were deeply entwined with something that was dangerous and you knew that, you wouldn't let us continue messing around with that. Right?
As your professor, I would do my utmost to steer you in a different direction and keep you away from whatever ailments might put you in danger.
Can I do an insight check on that specifically?
Damn it, you guys! I was gonna do it.
I think
really
this
just wanna
is
go
like
bullshit.
the truest. I think this is the truest thing he's said.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure. That is a unnatural 20.
Let's go.
Good, because
dirty
I got a
20.
1.
Zephyr's not paid attention.
Zephyr, it's whatever. Februm, especially as a person that didn't catch on to the lie or anything the first time, all you have is Lily's suspicion. He is being completely truthful. There's, especially in that last statement, there is a note of seriousness that is almost never present in the way that Professor Drax holds himself and talks on a general basis.
You think this doesn't affect us?
Oh, well, it's a small city. Everything kind of spirals out here and there, but we can do our best to keep things controlled for as long as possible.
Did Berthold tell you anything else? Anything important?
He had made a couple comments here and there, but unfortunately that does fall into night-eye business. And I'm not under the authority to share it with first years.
I'm trying to decide if I should share something with you, actually.
Oh.
You think I should take things under my own control if my professor's gonna steer me away from them?
I would suggest that you follow the path to the best of your abilities.
So just to be clear, you're telling us you don't know anything about this cult group by the name I've previously stated, and you don't know anything about this lost boy named Axel. You don't know anything about this robot and where it might have come from. You don't know anything about the important thing that Berthold told me. And you don't know anything about our second encounter in the woods. That's what you're telling us, right?
I suppose so. Sorry I couldn't be more helpful.
I understand. It's what you need to do.
He, nods.
If we were entangled in something and you did try to steer us away from it, and no matter how much you did steer, we pressed forward anyway, what would you do?
All I can say is I'm thankful that we live in the city of Aofik, a city of freedom and free will.
Doesn't sound like a very good answer.
I
Come on, you're the charismatic one.
I think it was a good enough answer. I don't
Sounds very
think we have
threatening.
any more questions.
Yeah, on that note, do you guys want to go to Stick and Poker? You know, we can just forget about this weekend, drink a little bit, drink to Drax's
know.
health.
You mean Oh wait, yeah, no, I got you.
And drink to Berthold's success outside the city.
Yes.
Thank you for
Cool.
the
Sounds like a
payment.
good idea.
Oh, you're very welcome. Have a lovely evening, you all.
Thanks.
Thank you.
So as he
with that, he kind of
leaves?
turns, he leaves. I'll make a perception check.
Perception, you say?
Yep.
That will be a 10.
Oh,
Okay, continue.
not good enough, Gary.
Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna turn to Februm. Februm,
Yes.
excuse me if I'm being a bit forward, but, and I guess this kind of, you all can put in your 2 cents, but, this is mostly towards Februm, do you trust Offenzia?
How much time would I have spent in the library up to this point?
Total probably a good like 24 hours.
Okay. Have I
Wow, that's diligent.
interacted with
Yeah.
have I interacted with Offenzia
No.
a whole lot in that?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Unless you've actively been searching it out, there's always a presence that you know that she's watching you.
Right, like I know I kind of like say hello, wave goodbye as I'm coming and going.
You're waving goodbye and saying hello to what you would assume is what anyone else would assume is an empty house.
Mm-hmm.
But you know that there is someone there watching you. You haven't really had any direct contact with her up until this point.
In the state that things seem right now, she is most likely our best option. Especially if we want to get real answers. Yes.
Oh, sorry. This is more towards Max than towards Februm. My bad.
Sure. What's up?
Since we're like talking about this, like right after Drax, am I able to like? Is there like a window or anything by our door, or can I like check it and like take a peek and see like if he's over there, like listening or something?
There isn't a window by the door. You can look
Okay.
out into the hallway.
Yeah.
If you'd like to. I mean, you do have like an little like eye hole.
Okay, I'll look through the eye hole.
Yeah, you look through it, and you also like there's a button next to it that you can hit, and it enlarges it to like a little screen in front of you.
Oh, good.
There's a couple students that you see like pass by. No sign of Drax.
Can I just make sure everyone's on the same page?
Ow.
You know he was not telling the truth, right? All of that stuff did happen.
What?
What a bastard.
That being said,
I hate that guy.
Hey, so
I
ruling out the
also-
possibility that we're dead. Gotcha.
He's telling us that the school won't help us. Professionally, he
before.
is obliged to steer us away from this cult and every dangerous thing we've done so far.
Steer us away from the cult. Steer us
That
away
being
from finding
said-
lost mailmen. Steer-
in his
When he's just mumbling to
own-
himself.
in his own right, he does believe he is doing what is best. Truthfully,
I just
I would hope
want us to be aware
we
that the
don't
school won't
agree
help.
that. Yes, I don't think anything here is going to be of much help to us in this case.
We're going to school to become Night Eyes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the entire point. So we wouldn't be able to take any alternate route to become Night Eye adjacent.
Vigilantism.
I'll make a history check.
23.
Hey,
It's been a while. It's been a really long time. But there are a couple stories of individuals who went straight into the Night Eye test. The same way that you can take a test to go directly into Raven's sight, you can, if you think you're ready, you can take essentially it's a life or death test to become a Night Eye. You live, you pass. You die, you fail.
Oh.
But it's still like done through the school.
It is still done through the school. It's held by the school, but it is.
That's not like
you could bypass
graduation, right?
No, that is why people take the educational path.
Okay.
It is less risky. There are people who suffer serious injuries through the educational path, as several of you have already experienced. But death is usually held to a minimum. Where a lot of the records, Al, that you know of, out of maybe like a dozen people who have tried this, one person passed. And the other 11 died in the trial.
Do I know who that person was? Just out of curiosity.
Not off the top of your head.
And would there be any kind of like what these people went
Actually,
through?
There's one person who would know, and they're not here.
Oh.
Dane? Oh.
My phone was falling.
That makes sense, though.
I
The lake folk or someone.
I
It
would
might not
say
be.
one of the last people that has gone through and just taken the test to take it, would be the current head of the lake folk.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Well, so then the current head of the lake folk would be the one person that passed
Would
it.
be the
then.
Night Eye.
It is Octavia's uncle.
He took it,
He took the test
and survived.
instead of doing the education,
so he
and he passed.
He passed.
He's a Night Eye.
so he's the one.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now,
Yes.
now I get it now.
Gotcha.
He is the last person on record. We'll leave some room for a little like role play moment.
Yeah.
As you guys are looking through the records, Octavia like sees her uncle's name.
Yeah. Is he saying that the school isn't going to help us, or that the Night Eyes aren't going to help us?
Probably both.
I mean, the Night Eyes are just the officials of the school, basically. It's all the same people.
But getting into that association would open up more information.
I guess if we were Night Eyes, that would help, but I don't think any of us are ready to right now.
And I don't know if we can wait till we graduate. Or, I mean, I don't know if I can wait till we graduate.
Well, What kind of... Never mind. I was honestly asking about Offenzia for my own reasons, but going back to what Lily was saying, What are you suggesting then, Lily?
Well, I think we need to keep our actions a secret to the school as much as possible. And I think Professor Drax, at least, isn't going to pry.
Februm, we should not say any more to your parents either.
I agree.
They know a lot more than they've been telling us. Like, a lot more.
It's always been that way for me, so I'm kind of used to it.
Did they ever tell you any of it?
They kept a lot secret. They never really told me a whole lot of their business with the Night Eyes. Everything I knew, I kind of had to figure out myself.
So they haven't brought up the fact that Drax is dying?
Huh?
Yeah. About that. The other day, before I had my little meeting with Professor Drax, I heard your parents talking to him about how he's dying. And I think part of it's like, I forget exactly everything, but they were talking about his death and how it's getting harder and harder to keep the devouring outside of the city. And so they're placing more people out there. And I think that's why Bertold is out there. But
You see. No, they did not mention. Maybe it's better that we don't talk about this in the school. We should
Yes.
go somewhere.
Yeah.
Vibe.
Stick and poker.
Stick and poker.
The library's
Oh,
still in
I
the
know.
school. I don't know if we'd.
No, I meant like.
library.
like a
Menzies
public library.
No,
Oh.
yeah, Februm's. I can never remember her name.
Offenzia.
I would
Offensive,
love
thank
to go to Offensia's library.
I
yeah,
was
me
thinking
too.
the same thing. Would like to get some real information.
Yes, please.
Do you have anything to trade her though?
I've got another tentacle.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of not tentacles, but things we have. Does anybody have that crystal from
Yeah, who
second
had
fight?
that last, and do we still have that?
Yes, do I have it?
Yeah, Lily, you would still have it.
Okay.
Yes. Here it is.
It's a good, like, it's probably just bigger than palm size.
Yeah. It's
Huh.
here.
I just didn't know if it like broke or if they got it or something.
Winnie, you already know, but you're itching to grab that crystal.
Oh, I know.
Mm.
Oh, I know.
Can I
She's
see?
like, oh, cool, 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 cool.
Can I see if like I can tell that she's itching?
Yeah. Winnie, make a deception check.
Okay.
And Lily, make an insight.
Fuck. Never mind.
Well, I don't know if Winnie's got great deception.
It's a nat 1.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh.
Hey, Winnie,
I'll
roll to
roll
see
anyway.
as long as you don't get a nat 1.
I got it too.
Okay, hold on.
Hold on. So what's your totals?
Well, insight, so it's 4.
Oh, I have a 2. Just straight 2.
Just straight 2.
So.
So it's a nat 1 in this ruling.
Still
So
sucks, but I'm not
It's-
checking.
perplexing. But Winnie definitely had a reaction when he pulled out the crystal. Not quite sure what emotion was associated, but like Winnie became more attentive.
You want to hang on to it?
Oh, Sure. I'll put it in my bag if you want. I have that, Gucci bag holding, so I'll take it.
Okay, give it to her.
You grab it. Winnie, you put it in your bag, and as you kind of like stick your hand in your bag, you can feel the other crystal footing all form into one inside your bag.
Sick. Hey, I don't have a fungal infection still, right?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
I had that written down.
So there are, I think, 2 people in the party that I'm not suspicious of now.
Uh-oh.
Damn.
I'm not trying to be suspicious. I mean, I am a little bit.
You're
but-
hella sus now.
I'm hella sus. Where is it? Oh, it's in my inventory. That's why. So I have the other ones under the phrase "slightly large elemental fire crystal." Should I get rid of "slightly" and just make it "larg" elemental crystal?
Oh,
or-
It's been a second. But now I'm gonna say now that you have enough of it, you know what it's called.
Okay.
It's called an ember. And this one specifically has, I'm trying to remember, I'm like, I gotta look something up. Give me 1 sec. Yeah, okay. So you can put ember, 20 charges.
Whoa.
A lot of charges.
That's a lot of charges.
It's a big battery.
That's a big
That's a
battery.
big battery.
Does it interact at all or give any sort of reaction to, like, my arm thing or, like, the glow thing? Or
You would have to pull it out to see.
okay, then I am not doing that right now.
When you reach your hand in the bag, your like arm disappears because it's going into an extra dimensional space, and
Right.
you feel it like the other crystal somewhere in that space makes the connection, and there's like a slight like vibration that goes up through your hand of it
Ooh.
like binding together. But if you wanted to see it, you'd have to pull it out and look at it in front of you.
Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna do that right now. But pop. Cool.
So, Fenzias?
Sounds like a good idea.
You all pack up your notes, download the information that you want to research to your bracelets, and begin to make your way over to Offenzia's. And that's where we're going to take a break.
Hey.
So we'll be back in about
Yeah.
10-ish minutes.
Cool.
Bye, all.
Yay!
We're back!
Oh, hi, we are actually back.
We're actually back now. Welcome back.
You're like,
Our party is on their way to Offenzia's. You arrive at the front doors as normal. Februm, you have your key in hand. Unlocking the door. You take a couple steps in. Say hello as normal. But as the rest of your party kind of filters in, there is a collection of shadows that kind of appears in the corner. As Offenzia seems to step out from around the corner. She's elegantly dressed in dark colors, her pale skin pulled just a little too tightly against her very fae-like features. She's got big, tall ears that almost curl around in a corner. Oh, the whole group this time. Welcome,
Yes.
welcome.
Hey, you know where Axel is?
Axel? I thought you had him.
Okay.
Oh, good. You know who he is.
Thank
Okay.
God.
I'm
If you
glad
were,
that
like,
you know. Yes.
Looking at the whole city or something?
I could scry on him for a price.
I'll get back to you on that.
Oh, okay.
What's the price?
Depends who's asking.
Me. I'm asking.
Me.
You're asking.
Yeah. What's the price?
Give me that ember.
Hold on a second, Winnie.
Winnie, if you could give me the memory of hugging your brother, I will
Don't do it.
tell you exactly where Axel is at this right moment.
Straight into it.
Winnie's brother never hugged her. Isn't that sad?
Sad.
Oh, and not all the memories, just one. Just a memory of hugging your brother once.
Just one.
Just one.
Not all of them.
Oh no! Why would I take all of them? It's only a fifth circle magic. It's nothing ridiculous.
Do I get to decide which one you take?
Sure, if you'd like. Wouldn't want to take anything too precious. Anyway, while Winifred over there ponders her decision, what can I help you with? Februm, you know you're free to use the library, but unfortunately your permissions don't extend to the rest of your party at the current moment.
It's alright, I believe I'm the only one who can read the books in the library anyways.
Oh, that is very true.
Yeah, I believe a few of us have some questions about some things that have happened in the past 24 hours, specifically.
Well, if you have questions, I have potentially answers. Can someone roll a D100 for me?
I got it.
I was gonna go not in.
Oh.
And then someone else say high or low.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay.
Hi.
I got 86.
86? Okay.
Hey!
Hey! Teamwork!
That's high.
Okay. Yes, I have recovered my book as of recently, so I have as many answers as you need.
Wonderful.
I guess I have something of an announcement for the group before we get too far into the question. So Bertold said something when he was dying. He said that she has fallen and that I should tell Aophik. Well, not me. Someone should tell Aophik. I thought he meant the city, but I think he might mean the dragon. And I don't know who she is, but I hope Aophik does.
You don't think it was,
Who we
The-
fought?
yeah. Do you? We
I don't
didn't,
know
like-
what it is. I just know what he said.
Would you mind pausing your conversation for just a moment? I want to make this sounds testy, so I'm going to. And you watch as Athenzia turns around, and her hand sparkles with this green emerald energy as you watch wards and sigils activate along every wall in this entire house.
Cool.
Ow.
Speak freely. I'm just watching.
Actually, Offensi, do you know what happened to us, with us specifically, in the past 24 hours?
Well, generally, the history this close is a bit fuzzy, but I do know quite a bit. Did you need any... She, like, smirks before she says it. Clarification?
Is one of the memories I'm able to give you a dream by any chance?
You see, dreams are quite powerful, but they do generally stem from other memories. So, if you have one in mind, I could always pinpoint which memory that stems from and take that as well.
Okay.
Anyway.
Well, where Axel is, I can do that.
Oh! Is that a deal? Offensia, like, woof, whips over next to, like, Winifred. Is that a deal? And then she, like, realizes she startled you. She backs off. She's, oh, sorry. Old habits die hard.
Are you sure you want to do that? We could find another price to pay or something.
We need to find Axel, and
We can.
it's just one, and I feel like a lot of this is my fault anyway. So.
Lovely.
I've been there done that.
Shake.
But...
Offensia shakes your hand, and you think back to the dream in which you had recently, where you met both your brother for the first time in a while, and the voice of someone that you recognize in the distance.
Does the voice go away too, or is it just my brother?
No, it brings you
Okay.
back into that memory.
Oh, okay.
And then from that, it jumps out of your dream state back into a past reality. A simple time. It would have been your brother had come back from Ravensight to visit. He hadn't stopped in for long. He had just said hello and then made sure to hug his little sister on the way out the door. And you find yourself in that hug yet again, and you slowly feel the warmth leave your body as that specific memory fades from your mind, and you feel it kind of flow out of you through your hands and into Offensia. Thank you, child. Just one moment. Offensia, like, floats off into a corner, pulls out a little scrying orb. Continue chatting. This will just take a moment.
All right. So, what all do we need? Or what all information are we looking for here?
How we find
Obviously,
the dragon?
where Axel is important. What else?
We need
We
to
don't-
find Aofic.
We don't necessarily need to find him, we just need to talk to him.
How do we talk to a dragon?
Damn it, I wish Axel was here. I just had an interconic!
Like a person! You racist piece of...
Hey, yo! Whoa!
Like, whoa!
Hey, Lily, you good?
So, Dragon, Axel, I have a personal thing that I would like to discuss with you all very quickly. Since you are all very against the puzzle boxes, the only other way to get this contract of mine is that I know of is to ask Offensia.
Hey, I mean,
Plan.
I'm all for the puzzle boxes, but
My plan was to see if having this other contract would be enough.
would like negate.
Yes.
Okay.
That's interesting.
It's risky, but it is interesting.
Big
No.
brain.
Gracie, it just might work.
Al, I think I've
I
told
think
you
if
that
you're-
it's alright if you need to do the puzzle boxes, but if you'd like to try to make a deal to make it easier, that's up to you.
Also, if you're wanting to trade that, I feel like that's gonna go for a lot more information than just your contract specifically.
So
I would try to go ahead, use it for your contract, but try to get some more.
would you like me to bring that up first?
Let's wait a second and see.
There is a flash of purple and green and orange light from the corner where Aphenzia is. You see her like stumble back. She looks to all of you. There is a devilish smirk of an intelligent woman that's being challenged for the first time in centuries.
Oh,
And she goes, "Oh, this is gonna be fun." And you see her like dive back into her spell work.
You good over there?
Oh, I'm fantastic.
So, did you find...
Oh,
Oh my gosh, excuse me.
Did you find Axel?
he's being a difficult one, but give me a moment.
Oh boy.
Like,
Is there any other information that maybe I could ask for also?
If
maybe get a point. in
what
the
was
right
the what was it?
direction on-
What was the contract again?
I have it written down. Give me just 1 second. It was a contract between Amaria the Lustful and Yorga the Prideful. It was Amaria designating a fraction of her domain and power to Yugura in exchange for a pact of protection for an individual known as the Wish Child.
You could just ask for more details about that. Who the Wish Child is? Are they still active? If it's from a plane that's functioning right now.
And this is a contract between two fiends, so
It's
maybe we
most
can
likely they are still up.
maybe we can add some information about how to get the fiendish fragment. Because it popped
Kinda
up.
connected.
You could
Yeah.
ask about the similarities between the devouring and the fiendish.
If you want, I can just lay it all out there and ask her what this will get.
Sure.
Does anybody else want to go first?
Quite decided yet.
I don't really have any.
I'm waiting on
haven't
mine.
covered.
I'm waiting for Axel to be found, so.
You look over and Aphenzia is like, she's sweating. There's like like you see like a little bit of moisture dripping down from her forehead. You look over. She's lost maybe 60 pounds in the last like 10 minutes.
Whoa! Whoa!
No.
You're as someone who is known as the Lich Fae, for the first time you're starting to like recognize her as a lich. You're seeing her undead nature kind of boil to the surface over this elegant Fae presence that has been established.
All right.
Is anyone gonna point that out, or should we just not?
I think she knows what she's doing.
If no one else has anything to say, you kind of
Not right now.
you watch Afenzia for maybe the next 10-ish minutes. What you assume is a third casting of scrying, putting extra effort behind it. You see at one moment she reaches up her hand, which is no more than skin stretched across bone. At this point, there is no muscle, sinew, or anything. It is loosely connected to her arm as she shoves it through the scrying orb. It buffers with this dark purple magic as she reaches in, seems to grasp hold of something, and pulls it out. You see a rush of magical energy out of the orb. Her figure returns back to that elegant, overly elvish form. And she kind of like holds something in her hand before she crushes it, and you see the energy flow into her, and she's like, ah, lovely.
We were just staring at her.
So,
you find
Axel,
him?
did you find him?
Are you alright, by the way?
Oh, I'm fantastic.
You look great.
Oh, thank you. I assume he's probably somewhere close to where you left him. He's
Well, about that.
still in Ravensight.
What? They're hiding him.
They're hiding him, yes.
Are we about to...
How did it...
See, I told you guys, Drax is a piece of shit.
I'm about to punch him for reals this time.
I'm not sure if
How
that's a
did it-
bad thing, though.
How did it take you so much power to do so?
I mean, you see, with there are certain objects, spells, conditions, and such that make it more difficult to scry on individuals. Those with divinity are especially challenging in my current state, so had to rip through that one.
Wait. Divinity. So for sure,
Oh.
Axel has
I've said
like
too
it
much.
has divine energy.
Well, I
Well,
Did
we,
I
we
did
knew
I say
that.
we already... I figured
Right,
we already
like
put that together when he was
like he had
so
the divine blood in
closely-
him, but
But we also have the compass.
Right.
oh right.
The devouring is kind of like the same thing, and we wouldn't call people with the devouring divine.
Divinery?
Oh, that was
Well,
quite
because-
clever, Aldrich. Oh, congratulations.
So that'd be different.
So,
Well, most people with the devouring go insane. It's not every day that you find one, and he points to Winnie, let alone two people who can wield it, essentially.
why can they wield it?
is Axel.
Clearly, she has a connection with Blazadin.
Is Axel Blazadin's son?
You and Axel cousins? I feel like
Do you
we've
have a
had this
kid?
conversation.
Did we?
Screen to laugh.
Did we have this conversation, or am I stupid?
I don't know.
I
I
feel
think
like
we had
this
like
conversation.
adjacent conversations here and there, but we never like sat down like this is
Oh.
who he is.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. I was like, wait, am I dumb?
We've been piddling around
We've
it for a
started- we
while.
started around it. I figured it was just kind of just
well, yeah, I just
figured I'd
Perfect.
put
I don't know.
put it in there.
Damn.
This was
Well-
never a realization for Lily to make.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
I was just saying Lily wasn't about to do it.
Connor knew.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Okay. So he's in Raven's sight.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Could you tell if he was like safe or?
Oh, he seemed well.
they were,
He
like,
seemed
hurting
he seemed
him, or-
different.
And how?
Would you like to make another deal?
I'll
To
pay
know how
this
he's
one.
feeling
Oh,
or how he's different?
Mm-hmm. Sorry,
What'll
that
it
wasn't
cost?
part of the original agreement. So.
Well, what's that gonna cost?
Oh, you're funny.
How about that dream? That would be lovely.
The whole thing?
A copy.
A copy. What do you mean by that? Like you can literally just copy paste it? Like what do
Yes.
you
And Winnie doesn't lose anything? I mean, unless you want to lose the dream. I don't know.
Oh,
what dream
I took a copy
he's talking
from
about.
Octavia the last time that your group was here.
Oh. You did? Did we know that? I don't remember that either. Oh shit.
Octavia didn't share her specific deal.
Yeah.
But her
Right.
deal was a copy.
Yeah.
We
So what-
could have given a copy.
It's different things.
Wait, so what do you
Important.
do with a copy?
I record it into my books.
Just for
Oh, the
for
library.
kicks or like
Oh, it helps me pinpoint possible futures, if you must know.
well,
Oh.
everything on that dream does seem pretty important.
She like materializes a book in front of you. It's got like a light kind of blue hue.
Sure. Yeah.
Go ahead and just whisper into the book.
What do I say? Like, hey, how's it going? Or,
Your best recollection of that dream.
okay.
Yeah, little mama whispering me here.
Good lord.
The session's all over the place.
But Winnie, you lift the book up and you say a couple words about the beginning of that dream, and you feel it pulled out of your lips like a piece of like tape or like film just begins to unravel itself into this book, and you watch as runic writing begins to just appear on one page and then the next, and it flips itself through. It's a small book, maybe a good 20 pages, hardbound on either end. But it quickly records the information. The book closes and flies back to Offensia's hand. Oh, thank you for that. She like scoops it under her robes. He seemed quite a bit older than he was last time.
Older.
Yes.
Like how much? Like a year? Like a day?
It's difficult to say with his type, but beyond maturity? So I would be in, what, human years and early 20s?
He's our age. Wait a
Wait, what are we
minute.
talking about right now? Hold
What
on.
would they
Axel's in his
say?
early 20s.
Axel, what?
This is
Yeah!
Fire
I
Emblem
missed
shit.
this. I blanked out the
It
wrong
really
time.
is.
Like the characters have a kid that is their age now.
Mm.
Jeez.
You know what they say? Those younger years
Oh,
go by
no.
so fast.
He grew
It-
up so
Why-
fast.
It's
Why do you
difficult to
age like
tell
that?
with his kind.
Is he not human?
He's a deity.
He's a
Or
deity.
like a
Oh,
divine.
kind
yeah.
of deity.
He just
Yeah.
We just did this.
Yeah. He's blasted
Sorry, Zephyr was
inside.
off
He's
screen
a
fighting
fiendish
with
deity,
Octavia.
yes, but
So I guess we should check on him.
Yes.
Yes.
But we can do that later if he's at the school.
yeah.
We'll have to search it at night. Be all sleepy.
That shouldn't be a problem.
All right. Next thing.
Is there anyone
More
else
deals to
had
be made?
anything?
Dragon! Nose goes.
Dragon? Ooh, have you...
I mean, I got this one, I guess.
Well, wait, hold on.
Wait, do we remember the dragon?
From... The
At the end of... Yeah.
I would say you can confidently say you saw a draconic form.
Okay.
We
Dragon.
need to,
Dragons?
do Aophic? Or at least let him know something?
Understood.
I don't know anything about Aophic.
Nowadays,
Oh.
he keeps most of the stuff to a minimum. The public displays, you know, they went out of fashion years ago.
Is there something... There's some kind of history that would tell us about Aophic and how they got in contact with him before?
I mean, I guess it depends on how you wanted to. I would generally suggest you tell the school, and it'll make it his way eventually.
The school doesn't want to be a part of it.
They don't want us to be a part of it.
Well, that
Don't
is
wanna help.
understandable. You're all first years. But I think we all know that that is not going to happen.
Yes.
And that's why I like you so much.
Oh, stop it.
Oh. Oh.
Do you...
If I
Say that.
were to ask you, who or what exactly did we fight yesterday? What would you want?
One, I know some of it. I got it. I can tell you, Febum.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What you got?
I know we talked about it afterwards. I don't think our characters would know. I guess you might.
Yeah, because the last thing I heard her say is, I always wanted to have a niece.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was my aunt. So one of the moon goddesses. I want to guess with all the dark, scary stuff and all the shadows and things like that. It could be how do I say it?
Duskadil?
Duska what?
You know,
Thank you.
I'm a goddess of the one in the middle. Like, I'm a cleric of the one in the middle.
That's all
Like,
I got.
that's it.
I've never met that side of the family, so I just
Damn, those Winslow family reunions must be wild.
ha 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 ha.
No, he doesn't say that.
Yeah.
Dusk. Jesus, that one.
You said
In
that
that-
was your aunt?
In that case, that leads to a different question.
Why did
Yes.
she try and kill us?
Being... How do I word
Families,
that?
am I right?
Talk out loud. Let's know the thought process.
If the Celestials are related to the fiendish deities,
Yeah.
There.
this is why I'm asking. Because as we know, Duskredil is a celestial deity.
Of the Celestial Shard, yes.
If she said that she's related to you, Winnie, and you are related to Blazadon,
It's her
the
sister.
fiendish
Or his
deity,
sister. They're all
was
siblings.
was this a total family takeover of the gods, or has it always been this way?
Or are we looking at like a Greek god sense where one of them just keeps popping out kids?
Februm,
And they
let
keep
me
turning different gods.
let me clarify your question. Would you like to know the history of the deities?
I would.
All of it.
All of it. Yes.
Another
No.
tentacle.
Ching!
Back to square one.
She takes a deep breath, and there's like a. I'm assuming none of you want to give your life for this information, correct?
Not really.
No!
Mm,
Zephyr starts to raise his. No, I'm just kidding.
If he even slightly moves his arm, she's like,
No.
bow, right in the ribs.
No,
Ribs.
no, he wouldn't do that.
What
Not
else you got?
preferably.
Now, the entirety of this question is quite expensive.
mm-hmm. I kind of guessed.
While it is information within my power to give you, I would be directly disobeying Aophic by doing so.
Hey, yo.
Huh?
What if you told us what book in your library to not look at, and then it's kind of out of your hands, and if we look at it,
Ah!
Februm can read
It
it,
wouldn't.
but like
You just
it
turn
wouldn't
around.
be you doing it. Yeah, you didn't see it.
It wouldn't be in her library.
Oh.
I've looked through.
Yeah.
So Aophic doesn't
There are
want
certain
people to know about
things.
the god?
No, what if it happened to be in book form and you just happened to have left it out in the open?
Yeah, wait, like Lily said, does he not. Like,
The
what?
information has been sealed for many reasons. Not necessarily the Aophic himself, but more the trifecta has declared it.
Trifecta.
Do you,
The three dragon.
Gotcha.
or the three celestials?
The dragons.
Well,
Oh,
Declared
dragon.
I
it.
mean, if Aophic was one of the trifecta, I assume dragon.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
You said this history was sealed. Now this wouldn't have to be in puzzle boxes.
Now, is this like a Disney Vault kind of situation where it's gonna come out?
There are many things
Are we gonna get a
hidden in
live
puzzle
action
boxes.
adaptation of this information?
Do you? I hope this doesn't cost anything.
Everything costs something.
Do you side, I guess, with the dragons? I saw a book in your library a while back, talking about how you had some conflicts with the Celestials, and Blazadin specifically. In relation to Blazadin, which led to the collapses.
I side with whatever keeps my existence together.
That's one way to put it.
But why would
Fair enough.
Aophis want to keep the gods a secret if they're a danger to everyone?
My assumption is to keep people from looking for them.
But don't we need to? I mean, Blazadin is not sitting idly.
Anymore,
There's
it would
always-
seem, but for... You do have to understand that for centuries, nothing's happened.
Why now?
That is the question, isn't it? Why now?
Something tells
So
me
we need to
this isn't
find him.
information that you have either.
Unfortunately, no. I have a feeling that not even Aophis would know that. Which I'm sure pisses him off to no end.
Oh, great.
Mm,
Meaning a pissed off dragon.
fair enough.
Oh, by the way, do you happen to know who she is? The one that's fallen? That makes sense
I think
to
I
you?
could make some assumptions, yes. Based off of some other questions and such. But back to your request for the history of the deities. I'm sorry, but I don't have a decent offer to give you. The things that I would request seem to be too extreme in nature. Unless one of you would like to give your life at this current moment or relieve yourself of all your goals and aspirations.
I don't know how much this would interest you, but recently I have come into possession of a certain contract
Oh.
between looking
And just say 2 feet.
Amaria
Between-
and Euroga.
well, yeah, I wasn't gonna name them.
Okay.
But between two archfiends.
A genuine article.
From what I can tell.
May I see it?
Gonna cost you the history of the god.
Show her the back of
Yeah,
it.
hardball.
Would it I'll like turn around real quick and kind of melt my suit down to where you can kind of see like the heading.
She's looking at your ass crack.
Yeah.
Nice.
The paper's just.
You want to
It's
see the
all
moons?
Stamp right now.
Hate that.
Were you wanting to trade this for the history of the gods?
Originally, I'd wanted to see if I could get my contract as well, but I feel as though the history would serve us all better.
Are you sure, Al? It's kind of...
Heavy.
I've already squandered a chance to help you all, and I want to make that right.
I mean, it's up to you, but I think we'd rather you be okay than...
If I can figure something else out.
We will help you find something else out.
Winnie's gonna take your hand and hold it and go,
We'll help you out, close buddy. Thanks,
All
Al.
right. Do we have a deal?
Is that enough?
That will suffice. The less of an emotional connection there, which is not my general deals that I make, but I cannot pass up the opportunity for this language.
Does the fact that a contract is worth more than our lives at this point, like, does that upset anyone else a little, just a little
I mean,
bit?
to be fair,
Even.
it's
I would
You know,
put them on par.
it's-
I would have taken
have
any
to
of your
in our
lives
team?
permanently, of course, in exchange for that information.
to be fair, it's a mortal life between
You know what? Fair.
a contract
Fair.
with very powerful deities.
I'll take on par. I'll take on par.
I'll pull out the contract and with one hand shake her hand if that's what she's going for, and then with the other hand.
Kind of a double,
He was
like
going
a
for a
double
high
switch.
five.
Yeah.
Woo! Okay.
Let's go.
We gotta. Okay.
You want
okay.
a short session?
You better get
No.
typing.
Okay.
Nar.
Hold on.
Okay.
We can
Nar.
delay the lore dump if you want.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
We can do that.
I-
Okay, we're doing
This
it
fucking
now.
asked for it.
This is him. This is Aofic
No.
right here.
You asked for it. Okay. And
I give her the contract and I'm like, wait, can we do this later?
there,
No, I didn't mean it.
as your hands connect, and the contract changes hands entirely. There's a small flash of red light, but that is quickly encompassed by a purple-green fog that spills out from her cloak and begins to encompass you all as a hazy vision surrounds all of you, as if you're walking through a dream. I need better music for this.
I
Give me a second.
completely forgot about the music.
Crazy. You excited? You excited, Howard?
I
Yeah,
thought
he's
that was
ready to go.
Aofic.
Howard is pumped.
He's pumped. No, he plays the character Aofic.
How's this?
He's
What does this sound
that
like?
he plays Aofic.
He's a paid actor.
He
Yeah.
isn't an Aofic, but he
That's not
plays
that's not good
remotely.
music.
Yeah.
Yum.
Oh, I like that.
I gotta turn this up.
Oh Lord, that's scary.
Oh,
The world around you shifts and changes, and you stand upon a modern world. As in the world that the players exist in now. You see modern skyscrapers towering up into the sky. You see motorized vehicles driving along cement-paved pathways. You see only humans walking from one point to another, existing as they would normally. You're brought in on a group of scientists that are experimenting with newfound energies that they have found in the solar system. They are testing what happens when they're modified onto different cells. You watch as there is a moment where they take one of these fragments, implement it into a person's DNA, and you see them change into a tiefling. Time fast forwards quickly. It becomes second nature for humans to not exist as just humanity anymore, as different races, as different existences. You watch another group of scientists experimenting with microbes and particles that exist in the air, untappable before, but you watch as they charge a room with energy from these crystals, and you watch them begin to perform magic. Spells, incantations, runes begin to float in the air, free form. There's another time jump. You watch as civilization begins to tower, implemented this new magical energy on a greater world scale. It is second nature for everyone to be able to cast at least one or two spells, tapping into this newly found energy in the world. Cities become towering monuments. And you watch the first set of beings claim divinity. Individuals that their genetics had specially adapted for the circumstances of each fragment, making full connections with the fragments, absorbing so much of the energy for these. Once one fragment split into 6. And there is the birth of the first divinities and the other 5 planes. All in one, an expansive explosion of magic. You watch as humans turn dragonborn begin to elongate into full draconic forms as they know it, harnessing great amounts of magical power and energy inside of them. You begin to watch as this 6-planed civilization thrives and flourishes. The new planes bringing apart new information, new tactics, new things to experiment with, new aspects of magic. Science that had gone well beyond an understanding of humanity. And you watch as the first god dies, succeeded by an individual once mortal that decided to challenge the god for their seat, destroyed them, and took their divinity entirely, absorbing its power, re-establishing themselves into a different domain. You begin to watch as that information spreads throughout civilization. The gods are not absolute. It's not destined to become one. All you have to do is be strong enough to take it from the one who already has it. You see a modern war begin to break out. Excessive amounts of technology, constructs created by mortals to defeat the divine, to take their power from them, to harness it in different ways. As the divine who have lived for centuries desperately try to cling to their own power. You watch as the mortals begin to succeed, channeling the divine power of these entities back into their fragments so that they can control for their own specific purposes. You watch as the mortals on the material plane decide that they are superior, that all the other planes should perish, that they were the original, so all of the power should be returned to them anyway. As the mortals of the material plane start a genocide, killing off the other planes, destroying their gods. This now perfect civilization begins to fracture as you watch as the primordial plane collapses. The mechanist plane collapses. You watch as Aphenzia drops her divine attachment willingly to the plane of the Fae moments before it's destroyed by the mortals of this world. And then you watch the mortals take a step too far for one person. They start to make their way through the fiendish divines, the archfiends, killing them off one by one. You watch as the celestial god of the sun, Blazidon, descends down into the fiendish realm. You watch him weep in despair as he looks out on all the archfiends that had been killed. And you watch as Blazidon, once the celestial of the sun, goes on a rampage. You watch him claim the fiendish shard for his own purposes. What once powered 9 deities now powers 1. As Blazidon decides that the mortals of this world have done too much. So he unleashes the fiendish energy upon the world, creating the Devouring. A virus that Blazidon knew would cause the mortals to self-implode. And thus you watch once grand cities begin to go crazy. The people inside of them begin killing their neighbors, setting off massive amounts of destructive magic. It ripples outwards. Februm, you are met by a familiar scene of what you now know would have been New York City at one point, towering in magical and technological advances, explode as a 10th level spell goes off in the middle of the city, leveling it to the ground. Millions die in an instant. Then, you watch the last 3 remaining dragons muster up all their will. 1 dragon of amethyst, one blue dragon and one dragon of silver. Gargantuan inside, ancient in age. You see the three of them pair with the three goddesses of the moon. Once Blazidin's sisters, now doing whatever they can to protect this world that they were once a part of from being destroyed forever. A desperate battle ensues. Humanity and humanoids as a whole try their best to hold on. Millions die. We get down to a point where only 3 bastions have been able to hold on. The 3 cities that the ancient dragons protect with their very will, with their own divinity. As the youngest sister of the moon sacrifices herself. As she decides that she will forever struggle with Blazidin to hold him down. If she is the new moon, then she will be the one that eclipses the sun. There's one last moment where she hugs her sisters goodbye, knowing that this will inevitably be her downfall. And a new world order is established, in which there have always been 3 moons, 3 goddesses, and 3 cities. And the purple-green fog returns back in. It swirls away from all of you. And you are once again standing in Offensia's manor. The Fey god that got out just in time. One of the few remaining individuals that claimed deityhood in the last era. Well, I hope that answered your questions.
Were there 4 moon gods?
So there was 3 moon gods and a god.
One of them is perpetually engaged in combat, or the 4th one is engaged in combat?
So there's the 3 moon gods, and Duskradil, while she still has influence on this world,
Right.
essentially she sacrificed herself to hold Blazidin at bay.
Right. Okay.
So that's why she never
responds
visits
to any
the
prayers.
mortal plane.
Yeah.
Her influence is still felt. She still has connection to the Celestial Shard. Her avatar hasn't visited the world for millennia up until yesterday.
Up until we
So-
killed it.
What we are led to believe through all of this is that Blazidin has continued his rampage because Duskradil has lost the fight. And there is no longer anyone else keeping him at bay.
Something like that.
So, if there was a shard of the material plane, were there material plane deities?
Well, the dragons generally took that toll onto themselves. Beings of earth and construct.
So the only deities are moon goddesses, Latticidin. Did all of the archfiends perish when we watched that history?
Mhm.
Okay,
You
so
it is one of those moments where, like,
that's the 4 celestials and her and the dragon.
you specifically with Ephenzia, it was one of those, you saw fire spread from the shard outwards towards all of them, and she severed her tie like right at the last moment, as it would have burnt her as well.
Right.
She was also kind of clinging to that book that you had seen. The one in her library that speaks of the past and the future.
So theoretically, we could just claim these shards and become a deity in our own right.
That is the general. The rituals have been lost to history, but they can't be too hard to recreate, now can they?
Is that why Aofik doesn't want this information going out?
Well, we all have our assumptions, but that's one that I've come up with. You see, the shards, while active, are more vulnerable. While inactive, they are... And she, like, kind of, like, whips her hand over, and you see, like, the Fey shard spirals up. Easy to hide is a good way to say it. It is a universe of power in a single shard, but it's not as big as a universe.
So, I'm assuming since she sacrificed herself and didn't come back till recently, and we fought her, is Duskwood truly gone?
It is worrisome, I will admit. Duskridil should have been able to hold out for at least another millennia or so before she perished. And I mean, as you see, and it's definitely gotten later in the day, you kind of look out the window and you still see a new moon in the sky. Blocking out what you now know is a sun behind it.
I think the bigger concern is that he's done something to her. I mean, that avatar we fought was not
clearly
trying
not
to
her.
protect us, or this plane, or... She was not okay.
He's either taken control of her or won her over.
So how do we tell Aofik?
Where do we find a dragon?
Perhaps the same place as Axel.
In the sewers?
No.
I was like, what?
I mean, maybe.
Oh.
Below the school. But wherever he is now.
Oh.
Did he fit in the school?
Well, I mean, you know, like a...
Are they able to revert back to their human type forms, or do they stay
dragons? Because you said they were humanoids that became dragonborns that became dragons, correct?
Yes.
So would they be
At least
able
that's how
to?
it originally happened, and we've had some modification and some advances in technology since then. There's several different magics that allow you to change races and such. And
So would they be able to do it the other way?
you tell me, Winifred.
Can you turn into a dragon, Winnie?
I don't think so.
Oh, I thought.
Do
Right?
the thing.
Wait, what do you mean? I
No.
tell you, I don't know anything about that. I mean, I know that relationships are really complicated right now, but that's about it.
We should probably get on this.
Yeah.
So,
Offenzia,
like-
Yes, Febra.
have you ever thought about gaining godhood, deityhood, whatever you'd call it?
Oh, I've been there, done that. Do you know? But in all seriousness, not in this current condition. Not only would I be putting the Fey Shard at risk, I would also become Blazidon's next target. While Duskradil hangs high in the sky above the material plane, her shadow does not extend to the others.
So who's his target now?
Offenzia looks at you, Winifred. And is like,
I was hoping it wouldn't be me, but it's fine.
it's quite possible he's changed tactics. Well, unless you have any more questions.
I think I have one.
Sure.
Well, it seems pretty obvious at this point that, Croton's my mom.
Oh,
But
is
everyone-
it?
I mean, I think so. Ha 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 ha. But everyone tells me everything so differently about my mom. So, if she's not dead, or anything like that, how come she's never bothered to contact me?
Winnie, while I could answer that question, I feel like that's something that you should ask her one day. Anyone else? Zephyr?
Might as well ask about the eclipse. Is there anything that you can tell us that we don't know? Because all we know is the name and that it's probably the group.
What do you have for me?
What do you want?
Oh no, I don't like that.
Oh, no.
Would you be mad if I said a hug?
That's it?
That's it?
That
She has,
wasn't a
like,
yes.
Does she have all her skin back?
Yeah.
True.
That's the real deal breaker.
Duh.
There's no like spin to this, right? You just want to hug. Your silence is speaking volumes right now.
All right, Mr.
know
God,
what?
this is
Bring her in.
Bring her in. If
Bard.
it-
This is the first
if
step
it-
to
That
achieving.
true barddom.
This is the first step to my real goal.
This is where
There you
you
go.
decide: am I gonna be a
Been building
bard
this
or
up since
something
episode
else?
4.
A bard or a mere minstrel?
Yeah. Offenzia reaches down, gives you a nice tight hug. She's a little cooler than like a normal human, as you would expect.
Yeah, I
I
figured.
think she's
Sorry,
a
I
lot
read
cooler.
chat.
She's
I
super
think
cool.
she's super cool.
I think she's hot.
No.
But as she kind of like pulls away from you, letting go, make an insight check.
God damn.
Oh, are you?
She took
cursed?
nothing from you.
You get a penalty because you hugged the woman.
I don't remember the hug.
Yeah,
My true.
your carrying capacity is gonna go down by
Oh darn.
by 20.
what? You said, what is it, insight?
Yeah.
That doesn't change anything. 15.
Huh?
I'll give you a flash of genius.
Hey.
I don't know what that does.
How much
Plus
is it
3.
at? Okay.
Plus 3?
Just 3,
18.
She pulls away from you, and you feel a little colder. But it kind of quickly goes away.
No, I won't ask that.
Ask what?
What was your question again?
I was just gonna ask if she
Zephyr?
took something from me.
What was your question again?
Just what can you tell us about the eclipse? Like, who are they? What do anything?
Oh,
that
it was
can
that.
help us and or help Winnie.
Well, I mean, first of all, the Eclipse is the group that you keep encountering.
Yeah, no, I got that
They're-
much.
Front woman per se, Rutha, is an interesting figure, to say the least. No, that would cost extra. Anyway, they are fairly established in the city of Aofik, as well as having branches in the other 2 cities and in the Waste.
Whoa.
Most of their movements are clouded and hard to track. They are essentially living underneath the noses of 3 gods. So,
Fair. So they're not good guys.
good intentions, possibly. Misled. Different people have different intentions of joining different groups, but
See.
their actions speak for themselves.
Lovely.
I have one final question. If I were to offer something up enough to get my contract, would that put you in a position where you might be targeted?
Considering those that wrote your contract are no longer in existence, I think I'll be just fine. But Aldrich, you do know my price for that request.
I do.
Well, I do have work to get to. New possibilities and futures to foresee now that this information is out in the open to an extent.
Well, we still didn't get the first answer we came for, which is, how can we talk to Aophic?
Oh yeah.
And after that history lesson, it seems pretty important.
Afenzia, like, she's holding off saying something, and she's, like, doing the calculations in her head and thinking about whether or not to just say it.
Do it.
Do it. Do it. I will give you this. Aophic has always cared for those underneath him. A great deal, perhaps.
Is that us? Is that everyone?
This is his city, so in essence, yes, but
This I know.
Are you saying you want us to threaten the city?
no. I mean, no.
Maybe it's more literal, like he's at the highest spot of Aophic City. So maybe he's in like one of the towers or something.
Just stays there all the time?
Test.
I don't know.
Not all the
Just
time.
trying to think of other things it could be. Oh! I caught it! Let's go! Because we're all technically below him if he's at the highest point of the city, right?
Isn't Drax's office at the top of the tower?
Oh no.
No!
Oh.
And that's where we're
no.
gonna end the session.
Not quite.
Please.
No.
Gee.
And I thought Axel was Aophic. Hold on now.
I did
No,
too.
this
Hold on.
is some Harry Potter shit.
Yeah.
I knew, I felt it.
He's close to death.
Oh no.
Oh no. What would happen if Aophic were to die?
Zephyr, do you want an answer to that, or do you already know?
You can't just one time. Don't we get like frequent flyer miles or something?
Yeah, like points every time we ask
Favorite
you questions.
customer.
Yeah, like this is like a free coffee, except like free answer.
Winnie and Zephyr make a persuasion check.
I'm a bard.
I'm a bard.
I'm a bard.
I'm a bard. Can I give myself bardic before I do it?
No, you can give
Fair
Winnie
enough.
Bardic.
What's that do?
It's a D8.
A D8?
Yeah.
Winnie's
Okay.
gonna need it.
Yeah. So far I have a 1.
I love that.
Ayo.
That mean? Okay, well. Never mind. That's not good.
7.
No.
Wait, no. I didn't account
7.
for addition.
What?
17
Plus 7?
plus 7?
Do you want me to do it as a combined check?
Wait, hold on.
Because
How much
24,
That's a good
want
idea.
it?
because 24 does not meet the DC.
So then we
Oh,
should
I see.
combine it? I don't...
Let,
It doesn't
Let-
matter.
Oh,
what if-
oh
what if
no.
It's
What if
one
I
it's one
asked
success,
you-
one fail.
I'll take it.
Oh.
okay.
So it's a half and half.
Oh no.
Yeah, might as well.
Oh.
Well, if Aofic didn't exist, I guess his divine energy would leave the city as well, and I think you all saw what happens to that.
No.
So, I feel like you all have quite a bit to ponder and think about. I will be retreating to my study at this current moment. I suggest you get some sleep.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Wait. If you took you want the last memory.
When you
Oh,
and
you-
if you
Oh, no.
Oh,
Sleep
I
on
would
it
just.
now.
I
have
just
to
want to
do it now.
clarify. I just want to clarify.
Mhm.
I would lose the emotion.
That memory
Or-
would disappear.
The memory would completely disappear.
You have your logical understanding of the situation and what happened, but the vision, the emotion, anything connected with that would fade.
Okay.
oh no.
Well, think about it.
I also have some other deals to make, but
Oh, good lord! So,
that would be for another time.
Fabrum, you know you're always welcome here.
Yes, thank you.
And with that, Afenzia quickly ushers your group out, closing the doors behind you. I'm going to take a little bit of creative liberty with this. But the walk back is quieter than you would expect. Students are walking around, people are making their way to different nightlifes and events, but your party walks silently, processing thousands of years of history that has not been told to the public. Fills your brains. Knowledge that only the highest ranking Night Eyes would even attempt to ask for resides in each and every one of you. You make your way back into the tower, back up into your rooms, and have a moment where everyone just sits down. And there is a knock on the door.
Damn it, no.
I'll get it.
I open the door and punch whoever's there. No.
I'll
No.
get it. I'll go open the door.
Winnie, you walk over to the door. And your eyes are down. You open the door in front of you and you take a moment and look up at a figure standing in front of you. Kind of billowing clothes that don't quite fit them properly. Bits of gold interlaced in the fabric and some shaggy ass red hair. As a figure that looks surprisingly like a little kid that you knew not too long ago barges in and gives you a big old hug, Winnie.
Hey,
Winifred!
Axel!
Ah, it's been... Oh, no, we don't... It's Alex now. Mm-hmm.
okay.
Yep, official Raven Sight student right now. Mm-hmm.
Hi.
Yep, yeah. I'm
Great.
becoming a night eye. You know, real fun stuff. So what have y'all been up to? It's been pretty exciting around here recently.
I was wondering the same thing,
Big.
actually.
Oh, I just had to have some like talks with Professor Drax and get all the paperwork in order. But yeah, I'm officially enrolled.
That's great, Alex.
You all don't seem very excited about this. I thought this would be great. Like I can come on like missions and adventures with y'all now. Like I'm a night eye now. I'm like a night eye in training, I guess. But yeah.
It is very good to see how
You're
in
big.
your perception
You're
of
big.
time,
Oh yeah.
how long has it been?
Like 2 days, day and a half ish.
Okay. All
You're
right.
big.
So how are you 20?
Oh, I just wanted to be.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Oh my
actually,
God.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, he's
that
the wish
actually
child.
makes 100% perfect sense. Okay.
Not even that, but he teased it earlier. He teased it at the bar. He said, "Oh, so the drink I just have to get older."
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's been a long day. Alex,
I know it's gonna take a second, but don't worry. We're gonna get there. We're gonna have a great time.
we have a lot to catch
We-
you up on as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not so much of a great time right now.
Hey, nothing we can't deal with together, right?
You
Right.
know what? You know
Right.
what? Yeah.
I think I know we need to rest, but I don't think I can wait anymore to do at least one thing. I want to make sure that we can talk to Aofic, and if we can, I think we should tell him at least one thing.
Mhm.
Your party kind of collects themselves yet again today. Walking down the hallway with a much older Axel, fully decked in gear, you see a short sword attached to his side. As you begin to walk towards the elevator system. It brings you far up into the tower, to its tallest peak, where many of you have been before, you see 2 large wooden doors on the other side of you. You walk forward, they're unlocked. You push them open, and you see Professor Drax standing against his desk, kind of leaning into it, his arms back. His hat is off for the first time you've seen in a while. The silver hair now unfurled in front of him, kind of dripping into his face. You watch as it moves with every breath that he takes. Just a slight amethyst glimmer in his hair.
See, I was guessing he was the silver one. I was wrong.
Well, we knew Aofic was.
Oh,
the
right.
amethyst one.
I forgot.
Professor Drax? We
Guess
need
what,
to
Ifrit?
talk. We need to talk. Now. All of us.
Damn, that offends you. Yes.
There's something that I need to tell you, I guess. And I don't know if Berthold told you, but, she is fallen. And I think, Lily kind of, like, looks for reassurance. We think Duskradil has fallen.
He paces over to a window, and you see him look out upon Aofic. It's a crystal clear evening up in this tower. You are thousands of feet up in the air, but you can see the glimmering of the city perfectly below, and you see the silent lake, a handful of pinpricks from lake folk lights out on the water. And for many of you, the first time you see beyond the silent lake. You see a modern civilization reduced to rubble and ashes. Large skyscraper buildings turned over on their sides. Barbs of metal sticking out from a desolate wasteland. I wish we had more time.
How soon? Till you.
Well, it entirely depends on the cause, but you see him look down. Lilibet, thank you for the information. You may all return to your dorm now.
Wait, there's still so much to talk about. We need to figure out what's gonna happen when you and if you and
Winifred.
what'll happen to.
Please.
At least tell us this. You have a plan?
Of sorts. Good night, you all. And that's where we're going to end the episode.
Bravo.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you everyone for joining in with us tonight. It was a lot of information. If you didn't catch all of it, the VOD is going to eventually make its way to YouTube, so you can watch it as many times as you need to. Because you know we're going to be going back and looking at it.
Might go up sooner, actually. This one might go up tonight.
So thank you so much for being with us tonight. Who wants to do it?
Drink water.
Drink water. Damn it.
And we'll see you next week.
Bye, everybody.